powerful as we speak to the lovely, amazing people who are here. Let's close that down. If we need YouTube, we're going to bring you back up. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Recording in progress.
So, hi guys, welcome back to another webinar. I'm Sujira Rubasha, CEO of ETS Rubasha Media. Great news, and thank you for everyone who was at the awards show of Marketing Agency of the Year. Really quite powerful to keep growing and evolving, and really the times we're living in when it comes to social media. Like guys, there is so many more opportunities out here. We've been stacked where I've been on my end, just incredibly busy with people who want to make a difference and who are living in their legacy. They want to be able to make an impact. They want to be able to tell their stories. You know, we've worked with so many family businesses, people out there like yourselves who just love what you do and you're passionate about what you do and you just want to share that out to the whole world. And there's so many factors now with social media and how you can market yourself, how you can, you know, capture people's attention through social media. I mean, like, how many of you guys here have children? How many of you guys here have children? And, you know, whether you want your children to take over the business or whether you want them to see what you're building, right? Like, so many people are living behind closed doors. What do I mean by that? You're not putting out content. And that's what this webinar is for. This is why, you know, CEOs, look, when it comes to personal branding, if anyone knows what a personal brand is, it's your reputation. It's who you are, right? You understand when I tell you it's your reputation, don't you? So all this means it's your reputation online, right? You want to have a good reputation offline. You want to have a good reputation online. Like what do people associate you with, right? When I think of you, do I think of your business? Do I think of, oh, that's Sujira? He's always passionate about marketing and social media. That's my personal brand. That's what people know me for. That's the guy who's always podcasting. That's what they know me for, right? And inspiring. So like you can build a community. It's important now more than ever to build a community around who you are, and people will gravitate towards that. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. I'm Sujira Rubasha. I don't know why it says Q&A over there, but I've been helping CEOs and entrepreneurs grow bold, authentic online presence. How can they show, you know, I'll tell you a story. When I first started, I was playing a football. I was a footballer, I've been my whole life, just on the journey, playing football, really because it's what I love doing. I'm an athlete. And then it got to the point where someone said, why don't you just like get a YouTube channel? And then back then I was like, oh, well, like, no, I'll get a YouTube channel when I'm a big player, when, you know, I'll do it later. I don't need to do it now. I'll have all the resources and stuff back then to just, you know, have a camera crew follow me around. I think that's what I was thinking. And then I just kind of fast forward. I was like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I took my iPhone. It was a crappy little iPhone. And then I just said, hey guys, this is Sujira. I want to show you guys about my life as a footballer. And then boom, I started documenting. Through that journey of me documenting, I wasn't realizing the path I was going on. I started to think, wait, this is so crazy. Like, I'm doing all this. I'm 24, 25 years old in America. You know, like, imagine if my kids were to watch this. Imagine if my kids were to see what I used to do. And I started 3 years ago, and I feel like it's early. Like, I feel grateful that I started back then, because, you know, obviously, you know, a lot of people have YouTube channels now, and it's nothing that I always say is it's never saturated, but there's so much value that goes around in the world. But anyway, yeah, started the channel, and then kept seeing something. I saw, wow, this is about legacy. This is what I'm building. How do I capture attention? How do I create short videos of the day when I went to hang out with my mum, or I did a vlog? I was in Stockholm, I was in Germany, I was in all these different places. Then I would take small snippets from there and put them on Instagram, put them on Facebook, put them, you know, so people can go and watch the full YouTube video. What was I doing? I was marketing. I was capturing attention. TikTok came around. So when TikTok came around shortly after, like a year after, I started a podcast with my father. So you can see this was back me here with this channel. And then I started a podcast with my father. And dad came to me and said, like, son, why don't we start a podcast? And I was like, that's a great idea. I knew where it was going. I knew that you just needed to capture attention at a long time space. What does that mean? Like, imagine now people watching you for 1 hour. Think about it right now. You own a business and you're sitting here. Imagine if your customers, or not even have to be around your business, right? Like, are we in the industry where businesses pay us to do that for them? Yes. And mainly, is it around their business? Yes. Some now beginning, no. Some now, we just took on an amazing client that I just spoke to today, which I'm really excited about. She doesn't want to just show her business. She wants to show everything that she's doing, right? So think about, if people now, your audience, are watching that for 1 hour, 2 hour episodes, 1 hour episodes, 2 hour episodes might be a lot, but someone's watching you for 40, 50 minutes. When you're sleeping, they're listening to you, they're consuming your content, they're consuming what you have to say. I had an amazing person on our podcast, and this is a little story that I can tell you. So here you can see, I'm a very huge proponent of AI at the moment, guys. So I'm always like researching. This is one program we use, Descript. So let's go on YouTube here. Yes, you're probably wondering, does he watch himself? No, I was gonna go create some short videos out of that. There you see me live. I'm capturing attention. I know what I'm doing. Okay, this one here, how to be a lazy and great CEO. He's an author of Great CEOs Are Lazy. He's the author of that book. And when I was reading his book, I saw his email. And I told my assistant, let's send him an email and come on the podcast. Of course it worked, came on the podcast, because even if you didn't just realize what I said there, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I could never get in the room with him. And when I say him, I'm saying it in a powerful way, that this is someone who has decades and decades and decades of experience as a CEO, been all around the block, as we'd say, has a huge company in the CEO Project, which is his company, which he brings together a peer group of CEOs to be in that same environment, learning and growing. And he has his own podcast as well. So not only is he an author, but he has his own podcast. But I would have never be able to get in the room with someone like him, right? I wouldn't have. But when you now own media, when you own this, it attracts that attention. It attracts that you can be able to, now be a thought leader. This is what this positioned us in, a thought leader. So that's what I was telling you. Imagine putting yourself in these shoes, right? You can bring on anyone you want on your podcast. You can build partnerships, right? Now, being a part of Dr. Jim and being in touch with the community at the CEO Project, when I go to America, guess what? I've built a relationship with someone. Come on the podcast. So this is what's happening. And this is how you can use this information to be inspired to go out there and build your own show, to go out there and build your empire, right? So social media's changed a little bit. It's changed. Before, it always used to be about like who you're following, meaning, you're friends with your mom, your dad, your brothers, your friends. It's just who you're following is just seeing your content. And not even like, I think it's like they show it to like 3% or 5%, maybe even 1% of your audience, to see if they like it. Then it shows it a little bit more, but still you're even getting a small percentage who are really going to see your content. But now it's changed. How has it changed? It's about interest. It's about what are people interested in. So back in the day, like an example that I'll actually tell you, I don't follow anyone on my Instagram. But guess what? I get content that comes up on my supposed feed, like whatever I'm interested in. So what do I mean by that? Entrepreneurship videos just come across my feed. Sometimes relationship videos, because my phone knows that I'm in a relationship. And it knows how much I love my women. So it'll be like, oh, it shows me relationship couples content. It tries to capture me because I don't spend a lot of time on there. I'll just go there to post and then get out. But when you go to the post, the little process between that, the feed may come across you. Before, I used to just see my content, which I was like, good, because I only follow my pages. So I'm like, good, it's doing what it's supposed to do, which it still does now. So when I see myself, boom, I see my content, great. But then it will show me other people's content and things that I'm interested in. So that means that social media is about an interest graph now. It's about whatever you're interested in. So why that's so powerful for you as a business owner, why that's so powerful for you as a CEO. I'm putting my head down because that's extremely powerful information that I just said there. That was extremely powerful. It's about what you're interested in. So what do I mean? If you own a real estate company, there is people out there who are looking to buy a home. They're thinking about it, they're talking about it, they're manifesting it, and guess what? They're on their phone looking for it. And not even are they looking for it, let me not even say that. Their phone knows that they're looking for it. So what's going to happen? Anytime things about buying a house comes up, those videos are going to pop up on their feed. Why? Because your phone can see what you're searching for. It can see what you're researching. It sees you, it studies you, knows you. Hey man, it's a deep game. That's why these guys are billion-dollar companies. Look how much data they have. So think about that. So what about if your business is on the other end of that? What about if you're on the other end of someone who keeps seeing your stuff, and who's comes to a point where his pain is so deep that he comes and buys from you. He comes and buys from you, or she comes and buys from you. That's how powerful that is. So whatever is in your divine nature that you love and you're passionate about, which is your business, you as a CEO right now, I have a CEO, for example, speaker, motivated, inspiring, has children, wants to inspire, building mentorship communities, building things financially, revenue-wise. Yes, he's like, you know what, like I can not fire, but like hire a CEO for my company. I want to be able to get away from being the CEO, be chairman, and then just get content, just be on a content tour, right? Podcasting, building different businesses, but I'm documenting everything and I can see it. My children can watch every step of the way. And we've done this for so many people. We're on his YouTube channel right now, right? It's quite powerful stuff, and it's a game changer. So some of you may be wondering, how do you do that, right? How do you exactly do that? How do you do that? How do you build that portfolio? How do you put out content? So what we do is we break it up in 3 steps. We always want to document the pillar content. When we work with a company, a CEO, an entrepreneur, we just say, okay, how can we document what you're already doing? And you can ask yourself that, how can I just film myself in things that I'm already doing? So what do I mean by that? Right now, as we speak, for the guys here on YouTube and on LinkedIn Live, as we have a big audience. 1 second, someone's calling me. 1 second, guys. Hello? Hey. Hey, I'm fine. Thanks, yourself.
Good. Just with Dr. Mike, so I'm just letting him know. Are we going back to the clinic now, Dr. Mike, and do you want to see her now or at 3:20? So I'm just letting Dr. Mike know to let him know, or let him choose a time. 1:30 or 2:20 to see her? 2:20.
Cool.
Just because we are just leaving the clinic now, so if that's okay at 2:20.
Cool. I'll let her know.
Yeah, and then
Cool.
1:15 we'll leave that for now because we'll see her at 2:20.
Perfect. All right, thanks.
Easy.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Guys, sometimes what am I missing? Okay. So, boom, interruption there. As we speak right now, and I'm sorry about that, guys. There was just a little emergency happening. You guys are here raw with me. As we speak right now, I have a camera that's recording me. Okay, what am I doing? Well, this is what I'm already doing. Even today, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been so busy. That's why you see me picking up my phone. I've been so busy. I haven't even been documenting as much as I should. And I document quite frequently. I put out content quite frequently, and I haven't been as much as I should. Right? So how can you document what you're already doing? Because now, after I'll document this, I can put this up on YouTube. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to repurpose small snippets. Some of you guys will see this on YouTube just the way it is like this. Then I'm going to repurpose into micro content. So what does that mean for you guys? Like, what the hell does that even mean? Sometimes we live in a world that we have to have empathy for your customers. I get in the world of telling them things about content and macro content, and they're like, I don't know what that means. I'm just good at what I do. I'm good at my business, and I just want to look on my phone and see what I want to see. That's from my vision, and we got to make that come into reality. But I also have to have empathy. So what I mean by that is, from this long form content, I'll be able to break up 20, 30, 40 seconds clips of what I'm saying. And now my customer who has a very bad pain point and he wants to learn that, he or she, and needs that, and they're in pain, I have a call to action. Boom, I run an ad on it. And so now I have my pillar content, which is the long form content, which is this 20-minute video, 35-minute video of you doing what you love, you doing what you're good at, you preaching your gospel, because your business is your gospel, your passion is your gospel, you showing, again, an example to someone we've just onboarded, mother doing a PhD, running a business. Yes, I want to show what it's like to be me. And then now I can run an ad on something around what I just did with that those little small pieces of content, put it out on social media, boom. So now I can monetize it. Now I can make money from day one from it. So not only do I have organic content, but I have paid content. Is everyone following me along? Because what I'm saying is quite valuable, and I always got to do it in a way that makes complete sense and in simple ways. So this is it. This is what I mean. So you see here, this is content. This is you putting out content on your YouTube channel, right? Showing people what you're doing. That could be a vlog. So we will have clients. I'll show you. Show you quickly. So let's say, okay. So as you can see, and some people may look, oh, well, like, you know, well, I just say this, oh, there's not 100,000 views. There's not, look, you see this video here has 73 views, has 18 views. But guess what? I would rather have 73 views from people who are within my audience, from 73 people who can buy my product or service, than 73 or 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 people who just came in, watched, you know, of course, if they're watching for a long time, they'll potentially be, no, but some even just come for entertainment, which is great. We want to entertain people. Yes, we want to educate people. But if I can have a macro community and make money, 73 people watch that video, right? I have a call to action. I have an advertisement in that video. 73 people watch that video. What's 10% of 73? Let's say out of that 73 people, 73 times 10%. Out of 73 people, 7 people like become leads. They inquire. They take a call to action. Out of that 7 people, let's say close. Out of 7 people, you have to have a good close rate. Let's say. Sorry guys, I'm just doing the math. Okay, so out of those 7 people, then let's say you send a proposal to 3 people. Out of those 3, you close 1. And now your ticket price or whatever you charge is high ticket. Now think about how much you can make off that video. And this is just something that you're documenting anyway. Even if you hire a video person to do that, you're documenting your things anyway. These are assets, right? So now it doesn't matter how many, or I need 100,000 views. A lot of people get the vanity metrics, and I get it. And it's actually a challenge for us as in social media, because organic content naturally takes time. Putting out content, being a YouTuber, like people have been doing this for 10, 15 years. But now more than ever, people want a little bit more instant gratification. They want to see results now. They don't want to go and see that. But like, if you break down what I just said, imagine having a macro community of people who are actually into your brand, who are intrigued, who are close, who are ready to buy. So, you know, I would rather have a macro audience of smaller few people who are my tribe and who are going to buy, than people who are just coming just to watch for the sake of watching, or just to, you know, watch. And again, you get to a level where we're going to become so big, or you're going to become so big, that yes, anyone who comes across my content, it's free, right? I want you to watch my content even if you can't buy, because that's what it's also there for. It's there for you to take it and get inspired by it, right? Yes, take it. Fantastic. There's going to be people who need it. But then I'm also speaking to the people who are there right now, who have that inch and say, I need to buy that. I've done it many times before. I've seen entrepreneurs out there who are big in the industry, and I've went and bought their subscription service because I needed that. I was like, okay, how can we filter out our leads? That was a pain point, you know? So a little bit before we leave, this is how we do it. Once you have pillar content, like I just showed you, you can repurpose that into the best pieces of short form content. So for the guys on YouTube watching this, some of you guys can't see this, but it's really the format of how we build an empire. You can build a media company right now. Literally, you can build a media company right now with your phone. That's why this is powerful. That's why this is a no-brainer. That's why it is imperative for everyone. Everyone. So look, you see this is the long form content. Now from those long form pieces of content, look how much content that we can now post. Look how much content we can now post from there. From the long form content. So that's what that was all about. And then now you can post it. I posted it on YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts, for those of you guys have asked, is a great way for discoverability because Google owns YouTube. So people are searching for those things. So to have the short form content on there, and you know, how to model, right? YouTube Shorts is an how to model, how to build a business. So if you see a lot of the shorts that we do for our clients, like so for example here, you'll see it. You know, have you ever desired to be a keynote speaker? How to use social media? Like, have you ever heard asking questions? What are people Googling? What if someone's on YouTube and that they're searching for? So YouTube Shorts is quite powerful. We see this. I personally need to spend a little bit more time on data. Really spending more time on data and seeing how we can grow, how we can build. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, you know, how we can help more, how we can talk. This is a little bit more of the webinar, how you can now distribute that second round of micro content. We do have people within LinkedIn. So I just wanted, just in case, let's have a look. So yeah, guys, like, you know, this is all about how you can grow, how you can use the power of the creator economy. That's what we call it. We call it the creator economy. And what I can do is next week I'll break up everything in nicer reports, but like even having it on LinkedIn, right? How can you guys get value from LinkedIn? I think LinkedIn is a powerful platform. So it's quite important that you're there. Thanks guys for watching. Please make sure to follow me on LinkedIn. Make sure to follow me on LinkedIn. As you can see, I'm posting quite regularly. Only 1% of people post once a week. So you better get on it. So let's go here and we distribute all of that. Feel free to ask me questions. You can always scan here so you can connect with me. This is your biggest opportunity. There's never been a greater time to be alive. So get to it, guys. No more excuses.